Thank you very much. Hello. This is our first week in the first time community event. Our community is called Evolutionary Leaders. Then I want the people meditate together, like what we have do right now, 5 minutes, a little bit centering exercise. And then today we would like to share the experience of the benefits of meditation, right? Some people may be meditating, some people may be thinking about meditation. Of course, we our today, reference that I also announced. His mother passed like 20 hours ago. That is why he is in shock and he couldn't take this event. He couldn't lead that. That is why I took over. So I'll be sharing my screen, and then we'll go with the flow, no? As always. And the first thing what we did with all of you is we ground ourselves like 5 minutes. It's a short meditation I led with all of you. And then now I want you to type in the chat, right? To just let know to each other, and it's an interactive session so that you also get used to with asking questions or maybe making comments, right? So I'm joining from, you type there where you join from, the place that you join, and that I joined today because I want to, or I need to, or whatever that intention that you have right now. You can type it down in the chat so that we know each other a little bit with our intention. So I'm joining from Zurich, Switzerland for me. And my intention for today is to experiences, and knowledge. Okay, Shelley joining from Bend, Oregon. I joined today because I want to spend time, right? Very good. Spend time with Nanda and boost my own meditation practice. Welcome, Shelley. And Felicia is from Brooklyn. Meditation practice, that is great. Ahmed is from Zurich, Switzerland. Like-minded people who meditate and share their experience. Very good. Sue is from New Jersey. Connect with like-minded people, individual interests, peace and all. I'm joining from Connecticut, near William. We know each other. So Sue and William we know each other for like more than 4 years. I mean, nearly 4 years now. In June, next month will be 4 years. Opportunity to learn and share with Nanda and her meditator. Very good. Vivian is also from New York City. More about meditation. Ed is from New York City. Intention to be present, the experience. Patrick is from Toronto, Canada. Be more present and grounded. Connect with like-minded people. New York City, my intention is. Jeremy is from New York. Very good. Tony is joining from Los Angeles. So we are different folks, right? Most of the people, we have a great intention to be together with the like-minded people. That is very important, right? So the process of the event is, I'll keep it short. The Nanda will share the benefits of meditation because I lead the event. So I will just sharing whatever I have in my mind. And then other meditators will share their experience. I'll be asking William, Sue, and anyone who would like to share their own experience can be raising up, your hand, or, this Zoom hand, whatever that, the hand that you see, then we will be calling you out and you can share your experience as well. And you all are warmly welcome to join our discussions, and you can also ask questions in the chat, or maybe you can also do that, right? This is about me. It's my father, my mother, you can see, and I'm the eldest daughter in the family. So my mother and father have a high expectation on me. I have 2 younger sisters and 1 youngest brother. So my childhood is very filled with the stress and anxiety of performance. So my mother wanted me, to be writing this grade A all the time. And if I don't get it, she stressed me out. So that is why in 1993, it was like 29 years ago, I started meditating, at the age of 16 after my high school exam. So I turned 45 last year. So it has been 29 years I've been meditating. And the benefits of meditation that I have received is I just put it into the threefold. Number one is meditation helped me to reduce my stress and anxiety, right? Before I was meditating, I was always thinking, and I have full of worries and fears all the time, right? My mother beat me and she tortured me physically, mentally, emotionally. So I was always under fear and anxiety, right? After this meditation, my mother cannot touch me even. And I was very confident with myself. And also, of course, I got the BA English honors, and I also become an English teacher. So I chose on my path since 16. And then meditation also helped me to achieve my goal as because I'm very super focused and on the important things. So I went to Germany also alone by myself, when it was in 2005. Then I start from scratch, and I could achieve all the things that I've targeted to achieve because I meditate early in the morning. I always focus, which is important for me, and that is the benefits of meditation. The third is also very important is meditation makes me very intuitive. I really know what I want in a very short moment, and I can make the decision as well. And also I come to understand my purpose in life. The purpose is my unique talents and abilities, right? And everybody has it. My unique talents and ability is I can meditate very well, and I can also lead other people to meditate. Within a short period of time, I can help them to bring in this calmness within a short time. So then I also understand that my vision and my mission for this lifetime, it is to spread this meditation and also mindfulness experience, exercises, and also the wisdom to the world, right? That is the three benefits that I have through meditation. And that is why I decided to teach meditation to others since 2014 March, right? It has been now 8 years. I've been doing that. I started in Frankfurt, Germany. So I also meditate with children, of course, the adult as well. And I also moved to New York City in 2017. That is where I also met Felicia, right, at one of the events. And I also wanted to do this meditation events to the Her Women's group, and we didn't make it. The pandemic happened so quickly. And then there is the group meditation I did at the Douglas Element Park Slope in January 2018. And of course, I led this meditation in the Burmese. So these are the Burmese people from my country. This is the red one is my sister. So that is right now, I'm leading a lot of online classes. This is a seminar with Swiss Woman last Monday, and of course, I'm right now having this community meditation last Monday as well. William was there, and the connection was not good. That's why he turned off the picture, the camera, And so you are also warmly welcome to join our community events on every Monday. So I'll be leading the 15 minutes. Today is only 5 minutes because I do not want to, waste the time of our communication and also, exchanging experience. So, that's all about it and, about me. So I just would like to also give the chance to the audience and everyone. That is the two questions I have, right? Why did you start to meditate if you're meditating? Or if you are not meditating, of course, maybe we can start with William or Sue. And then later on, I will also give it to other people, right? And if they would like to also share your own experience, what are the benefits of meditation that you receive, right? So I also share those questions in the chat as well, so that you don't have to, find it again. Maybe we'd like to start with William or Sue. Who wants to go first?
I can start.
Okay. Sure.
I can start. Hello, everyone. So why did I start to meditate? I was doing a lot of sort of self-help reading, and at the time I'm a real estate agent, and I had a coach that only coached real estate agents, so it was very real estate specific, but there was a lot of self-help woven into it. And it had been a goal of mine to meditate probably for 2 years before I met Nandar. So it would just come up. It would come up in books that I was reading. It would come up in conversations with others. It would come up in things that I would read or hear about. There was a specific book that really affected me at the time and sort of reset some things for me, called The Miracle Morning. And one of the elements of The Miracle Morning, which is a wonderful little book if you have not read it, is you should take time to meditate and pray every day. So this was all in my head, and I was working on all these other things, and I was busy. And I'm in a networking group, and Nandar walked into the room, and we met, and I literally said, okay, I've been waiting for you. I need to learn how to meditate. Thank you for coming, right? And literally, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. That is what happened. We immediately started working together. I think I was your first client from that group. I'm not sure, Nandar, but maybe or maybe not. And so I was ready. I am one of those people that thinks about things. I'm not knee jerk, right? I have to sort of, my personality is such that I like to investigate. I like, whatever, right? And so I was really ready, and Nandar was the perfect teacher for it. So that's sort of the why and how it came about. We started, Nandar, as I recall, we started working together. And this was before the pandemic. Obviously, it was 4 years ago. We would do the sessions, almost all of them virtually, over FaceTime, which actually made it really, when everything locked down and Nandar wasn't in New York anymore and whatever, it's like we pivoted very quickly to Zoom, and it worked out perfectly. With regards to the benefits, I mean, it has changed my life, period. And I say that statement, and I don't mean that statement lightly. It literally has changed my life. I have grown in so many ways, personally and professionally and spiritually. It has helped me, my practice. So I meditate at least once a day. That is my commitment to myself. Sometimes I'm able to get a second one in. Sometimes I get really short ones, little extra ones in as well. But that's my practice. And as far as the growth potential of it, I had I did not know what to do with organized religion in my mind, because I was raised Southern Baptist in East Texas, in a very sort of, everything is black and white world. And some things about me and some things that I experienced in life were not very black and white. So I sort of pushed religion aside, organized religion aside. The meditation practice allowed me to bring the things that others experience in organized religion into my life. And because a lot of the tenets and the laws are the same, they're just presented differently. And for me personally, much more relatable through the spiritual practice. So that is one thing that was a big thing that I learned. The other thing is, Nandar mentioned in her introduction, her intuition. My intuition was always there. I couldn't define it. I didn't realize how much I was relying on my intuition before I started meditating. But I am forever working on that tool. It is a valuable tool to get you through life and help you make decisions. And I can now identify it, and I hear it very loudly when there is a decision to be made or something to be done. And that is absolutely a direct result from my meditation. I guess the last thing that I'll say is, having taken multiple courses with Nandar and learned so much from her, and I have much gratitude for that. And that, Nandar, but I'll say it again because I can never say it enough. Just learning the spiritual laws and learning how to practice them on a daily basis. I had a situation earlier with a work thing, and I kind of lost my temper, and I never do, or I rarely do, I should say. And it made me realize two things: is that I need an extra meditation today, which is great, and I got one. So thank you, Nandar, and it was perfect. But the other thing is, I really see every sort of like misfire with my emotions, meaning I want to be in the state of flow. I want my business to be flowing, my personal life, right? You sort of feel that peace, that inner calm. That to me is flow, right? Things are happening. When something triggers me or I get a little bit out of that flow, I stop and take a breath, and I'm like, okay, what can I learn from this, right? And so that is a valuable tool to get you through your day and get you through your life and all the stressors that we all have. But it also, it's a genuine thing. There is a lesson to be learned, and I always search for it. And it generally, I can generally figure out what it is and perhaps make a change. I don't know. That's what's coming up for me right now, Nandar. I don't know. I hope that's helpful for everyone.
Yeah, that is helpful for sure. Okay. Yeah, Shelley, maybe you have to hope. Yeah, it's okay. So, thank you very much, William. He is very humble, and he is also very successful at what he does, and he is our fearless leader from the BNI with chapter 53, right? I'm also learned a lot from him, and so how to be, punctual, and also many other stuff. And yeah, thank you very much, William, right? And so I want to go to Sue, or maybe if Shelley, do you also would like to share something before you go? Or Shelley, sorry, Sue, you want to say something? You're also meditating, and maybe you would like to share something, what you got out of meditation, a couple of words.
Yeah, I think it just helps me slow down in general. Like starting my day with the meditation allows me to be more aware and practice that pause throughout my day. Because like William, I get triggered sometimes. And yeah, it's just been a really powerful tool for me. And I learn something every time I read one of Nandar's posts. So I'm grateful for you, Nandar.
Thank you very much. We are the accountability partner for the LinkedIn post. I'm in the group of Shelley. Very, very happy, that you are join us, and hopefully we see each other soon, Shelley, now because you have to hop up. Okay, thank you. And let's go to Sue.
Hi, everyone. So just jump right in, right, with why I started to meditate. And that really was to just calm the overthinking. So I'll just answer the question, and then I'll give you a little backstory. Definitely too much thought in everything I did, when really the first thing that always came up whenever I had a thought about what to do or how to handle something was my intuition kicked in immediately, and I had my answer. And then I went and thought too hard. So this process has definitely taught me to hear that voice and to just, respond and to check it. But a little bit of my journey was I've always been a student of growth and improvement. I've tended to be the person that others have come to my whole life from when I was very young. And so through that, I continue to grow and improve myself. There's just so many things. I started with, it sounds so silly, but like Franklin Planner, if anybody remembers that, like they had a program with coaching. So I did that coaching, and then I found a personal coach for business. And then from there, I started to hear about the benefits of meditation. And that was really from Oprah, all the things that she brought to our world when she had our show. So I learned what I wanted and needed from there. That led me to Deepak Chopra, and there were guided meditations that she had that they kind of did together. So I followed those. Then it guided me to Transcendental Meditation. I had been hearing about that a lot. And so I got trained in that. I did that probably for about 2 years. And for those of you who don't know what that is, you get one mantra. It's an individual personal mantra, but you meditate in silence only. So then by the time I met Nandar, same thing, she walked into my life at BNI 53 in New York City. And so my conversations with her initially were like, this is what I'm doing already. Like, what could be different? And boy, did I learn how different it can be to be guided by Nandar, to understand the spiritual laws and to learn how to incorporate those into your life. I've gone through the level 3 we're still in, and every time I just took a leap of faith that there was more to learn, more I needed to incorporate into my daily life. But what the benefits that it has brought me is just like complete peace. And I've always had a yearning for freedom, for autonomy. I started my own business. It's been 20 years ago now, but I was in corporate America for a very long time and just always felt like I needed, the freedom to make my own decisions. And so this has helped me feel that way. It's helped me see the value of volunteering my time with other people. It's had me see clearly the karma, the positive karma that I have put out into the world, that you know, it wasn't like, oh, I got to go do karmic things, right? It was just kind of what I did. And then you learn how that has helped to support and get me, because to me, it wasn't an accident that I met Nandar. Like, I was ready for it. I'm grateful for it. And I took the leap of faith to realize that there's more positive things to come for me. So the benefits are like, I don't overthink anymore. Or if I start to, I catch it right away. I think that's the biggest benefit of knowing what the laws are, is that if I'm off kilter a little and I'm not following it well, I recognize things quickly. I recognize that if I walk into a space, that it's my responsibility with other people to know what I'm bringing, the energy that I bring into that room, and that what I bring directly affects what comes back to me. And knowing that now, instead of just kind of feeling it before, allows me to clearly see that all it takes is a couple of seconds to make a shift, change who I am in that space. And you can see the people change right around you immediately, because then they feel a different energy from me. So, and clearly that typically is, you're going from a negative energy to positive. I never switch to do the opposite. You could be rushing somewhere and you come in and you don't realize what you bring. So, but it's also allowed me to see that I don't need to have to create everything in my life, that spending the time in the meditation, because same, I do every single day, sometimes twice. And that sometimes that's what you need, is to focus on the positive, to spend the time in the meditation. And the benefits just continue to come.
Yeah.
So thanks, Nandar, for that.
Thank you very much, Sue. So, so the whole family changed, right? The Sue, the William, their family changed a lot. Of course, they all have their own professional success as well. And I really value and also, respect both of them. So as I always said, I also learn a lot from my people, because we have this mirror neuron and we always learn from each other a lot. So I respect them. They are a lot of more experience than me in business and everything. But on the other hand, because I learned the spiritual principle for a long time since I was a child, and they somehow inside of me. And they both helped me, and I have more people who will be coming up and help me, to bring out what I know, because they ask me questions. They are also patient. At the same time, they are very persistent with, and also stay there, but for though they don't understand, and try to get it, the best out of it. So I'm really value, our friendship as well. So I think that Svetlana is on the way. That is why I will be going to Jeremy. Maybe you would like to share something, because Jeremy, we also work with. We'll like to
I can
start,
talk, Shananda. Yeah, that's
okay.
no problem.
Oh,
Yeah, we want to start.
Ladies first.
Or who first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Sure. Hello, guys. I'm really joining from very nice nature place, from some very green area, which is very beautiful today, very sunny. Yeah, and joined exactly as I saw it, wrote to support the group, because I'm really appreciating what Nanda is doing. Really very brave, very wise, and really I'm enjoying our community, or our let's say small group so far. Well, for myself, I've been doing some spiritual work or meditation or yoga practices, breathing practices for quite a long while. Have a couple of teachers, normally from German-speaking countries, and also follow some teachers from Eckhart Tolle, who started, of course, in German, then moved to Vancouver, and mostly now teaching in English. But what I mostly appreciate with Nanda and with this group, that is more a personal approach. You cannot come for the, let's say, one-to-one with Eckhart Tolle. This is hardly possible, right? But with Nanda, you can have very, very personal touch, very personal advice, and this is I very much like. And practically about meditation, the main thing which I would like to mention, this is the being more centered and trust. This is very, very big step in a way, because many things are happening in the world, and then sometimes you're thinking, well, it's not fair, or it's a bit crazy, or it's a bit stupid or something, but then you come to the point that as it goes, it's good, it cannot be different, it's practically already here, and everything is happening for good reason. And this kind of trust is built, on my view, thanks to the meditation. This is my main.
Okay. Thank you very much, Svetlana. We also know each other from like nearly 2 years now, I think, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So from the
Speaking
Toastmasters
group in Switzerland, from
Switzerland.
But, yeah.
She is also very eager to learn, you know. Yeah, but thank you very much, Svetlana, for sharing your benefits.
Thank you, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, Jeremy, take it away.
Yes. So I have been studying or learning with Nanda for maybe 2 or 3 years. I came to the meditation through my BNI group. One of the, the driving forces was hearing William and Sue, both William and Sue, talk about their experiences with meditation. And when I decided, or before I decided to sign up with Nanda, I spoke to them at length, each one of them at length, to find out whether they really had changed. Because like many people, I've tried many things. I've tried life coaching, I've tried speaking to a psychologist. And one of the main reasons what I wanted to do is almost reset the conversation that I have in my head. And every day that I wake up, or before I started meditation, and it's still there, but much quieter, the voices in my mind told me I'm not good enough, or I can't succeed, or I can't change. These voices continued throughout the whole day. I don't consider myself an unsuccessful person, but inside the voices were constantly there. And so one of the things that I love about meditation, and that I really wanted to change with meditation, is I wanted to change from the inside out. I wanted to be able to reset myself, almost reboot myself. And that's what I do in the morning with meditation. The meditation focuses me, and I've learned to quiet the voices, and the voices really don't come to me most days. I mean, I still hear them sometimes, but really what I do hear is my own voice. And I'm very grateful about it. One of the things that I really want is to find what my purpose is in life. And I just spoke to Nanda about it last week or 2 weeks ago. I was just like so disappointed, like I haven't found my purpose in life. But after I got off the phone with her, I went back to listen to the different meditation sessions that we had, not just the meditations, but the meditation sessions. And I realized that in many aspects of my life, there's been big improvement personally, with the family, understanding myself better, listening to myself. My intuition is better, getting along with my staff in the practice, understanding my patients better, feeling more grounded. So I know that there's much more for me to learn. And when I see other people talk about their practice of meditation, it inspires me to continue. So thank you. Thank you, Nanda, and thank the group for really just inspiring me.
Thank you very much, everyone. I mean, this community is a event just to encourage each other to keep on practicing our meditation, right, on mindfulness exercises. Or is anyone would like to share? Maybe Amit, you also do different types of meditation, maybe, right? Would you like to share why you start to meditate and what are the benefits that you have or having?
Yeah, sure. So I think I can relate to what Jeremy was talking about as well. So as an executive at IBM, I spent so much of my time basically traveling the world. And the challenges that I was facing in my life, regardless of whether I moved from country to country, I would, from a mental perspective, move thinking, okay, if I move, everything there's going to be okay. It's going to be like a new start. A couple of months later, the same kind of challenges would pop up. So this was something that I never really addressed. And what I saw is, I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of my time visiting different cities in the world, but I had never explored anything internally. So if someone would ask me and say, hey, you were in this situation or this happened, but your reaction was that, what was the cause of it? I would have absolutely no idea. So I basically started to do that as a way to all of these things which kept popping up in my life, like what was the root cause. So there's a meditation that I do every morning. It's like 25 minutes. It's a guided meditation, and it's designed to basically strengthen and develop a bond with your heart. And that way I'm able to basically start to decipher, like, what are the root causes of the things which are happening. And I've been doing this meditation every single day for over 2 years now. So to an extent where I've overcome a lot of those challenges. A lot of it was to do with expression. And I think many other men can relate to that. We don't know how to express some of our emotions and our feelings. A lot of it's bottled up as a pressure cooker, and that affects our relationship, our professional, our professional relationships, as well as our personal relationships. So that definitely helped there. And continuing to do that, it's not what I saw at the beginning is I was using meditations, or some of the meditations I was using, it was basically like a safety net. So whenever something became too much for me, I was almost running away to do a meditation. And I kind of realized that I don't want to do this. This is not that case. But the meditation I do right now, I kind of feel that it's one where it's giving me the tools to overcome these challenges. So I'm not running away from things, but it's giving me the courage to face it and say, okay, so this is the root cause for X. Now I'm going to face that and overcome that. And what you see is you just feel a lot lighter. So you're growing, and you can feel that growth step by step. It could be baby steps, it could be strides, but you feel so much more happier, you feel so much more positive, and then you just start to see everything around you changing, which is really, really beautiful to experience. So yeah, it's a great way to connect with yourself every single day.
Thank you very much, Amit, for sharing your experience. So I would like to hear from other attendees. So, I mean, do you have any questions, or do you have any experience with meditation? How about you, Tony? I think you would like to ask something, or?
Yes. So, hi, everyone. This was great. And actually why I joined this meeting is I never done meditation before, but COVID has changed us completely. I mean, I think that the COVID was the thing that basically we were able to reflect, to see what we were missing in our lives and what we should do next. Before I'm gonna tell a little bit about my experience with meditation, what I wanted to point here is that I think meditation, my personal opinion is, I'm coming from Teachers College, Columbia University, so that's where I work. I think this should be now part of our schools. Meditation, I think, should be part of the curriculum to all our schools, because that's what we need. Being in COVID, not only that we now post-COVID, not only that we are trying to catch all those things that we were not able to do, we are trying to catch a time, which indirectly is reflecting in our lives. So basically, that's why you see kids not having time to interact with their parents and vice versa, which I think the problems are just going to come up. What we have seen in a couple months here in the US, I think it's a direct reflection of what actually will face in post-COVID time.
Yeah.
And by having a meditation into our schools and having our kids at least spending the first hour or whatever they have to spend there, I think will help to offset all that darkness, because I'm comparing COVID with the Renaissance, when basically there was a dark time of period when nothing was happening worldwide. So I think that's exactly what has happened during this COVID time. And that's why I think that the meditation should play a very important role in actually going through this transition.
I think so too, yeah. So we can discuss more about it. And at the same time, right now, with this post, traumatic experience, right? Not after this COVID, and we all need to heal a lot of wounds in our heart. But a lot of people do not see their wounds inside, and they just see that outside and try to harm others, right? With this shooting and everything's happening all over the world. So that is why I also open this community, so where we can talk and how this mindfulness can really change our life so that we can also bring this peace and happiness to our community, to our family. And so from there, we could spread this peace to ourselves. That is why I also warmly welcome all of you to join our Monday group meditations, because when we meditate, we have this energy, we really spread it to the world. I say that meditation or this really build up the energy. Our energies are like recycling. It is even quicker than the air, than the COVID virus. So it's mean when we meditate, we can really share the energy with the world. That is why I really encourage everyone to do that on their own. And of course, when we meditate, 1 + 1 is not 2, it is 3. So when we come more people together, then we have this multiple effect. That is a very good topic, Tony. Thank you very much for raising that up. And Felicia, tell me.
Similarly, I'll quickly tell you how I came to meditation, because it's really been a lifelong journey. I was raised Catholic, and I have always been interested in spirituality, especially in the area of prayer and sort of energy, or at the energy of a group of people praying towards something or maybe manifesting. But the tenets of Catholicism, socioculturally, I had a problem with. So I've been on this spiritual journey. I've tried, you name it, I've tried it. I'm now Universal Unitarian. I think my religion is, just humanity. But in the meantime, if any of you are old enough to remember, I was reading Spalding Gray, and he wrote this book, Monster in the Box, and it was very much like what Jeremy was talking about, meditation to quell neuroses. So that was also a pattern, being raised in New York City, a lot of anxiety, oldest daughter, so many issues. And then there's mental health issues in my family. We have a lot of bipolar disorder. Now I have 2 grown daughters who have a lot of different anxiety issues. High performing, lovely kids, a lot of anxiety, going back to what Tony was saying. And I've always meditated, because from a very young age, I did yoga. So I came to meditation through yoga, through spirituality, and through watching my brother in his Buddhism, how it helped his bipolar disorder by really leaning heavily into meditation. So I understand it spiritually, physically. For some reason, just like Sue, right before 9/11, a very good friend of mine who's a professor of social justice, this African-American woman who I've known since I'm like 12 years old, who is the least person I would think would get into meditation, told me that her anger had reached this crazy point where, as a professor, it was dangerous. And so she started meditating. She went to TM in Brooklyn. There were a lot of pop-up TM training. She did it. It was pay according to your salary. And she said it actually started to change her life. And she kept saying, Fly, you've got to go, you've got to go, you've got to go. And Nandar, I think you and I, and everyone's talking about when you came into their life, you and I were supposed to meet. We were supposed to work together, but the forces of the world interrupted us shortly before COVID. And I, at that same time, went to do the TM training. I did the TM training. I am so blessed, because literally I finished the TM training, got my mantra, started practicing twice a day for 20 minutes, and COVID happened. And I was ready for COVID. I somehow, because of that practice that I had probably been doing about 2 months before lockdown, I was able to be there for my kids, for my husband, for my work, in a way I would not have been able to have been there. And I realized that while TM is not for me, it's not, I did it. I was going to say religiously, I leaned into it, and it really helped me to help my daughters with their anxiety, because I had room to listen. I had room. I wasn't, being an empath where every time they had anxiety, I took it on. And then it would be this spiral of anxiety, right? So all this to say that I am everything that everyone has said here, I believe in. I also believe that anxiety should very much be taught in school. I'm starting to teach at FIT in September. I would love to start every class with the 5-minute grounding. We start every one of our Fly Female Founder meetings. My nickname is Fly, so you can all call me Fly if we ever come upon each other again. And it was just helping other female entrepreneurs and small business owners get through the day, get through the week. And it was, unfortunately, we would have loved to have Nandar starting our meetings with meditation, but literally I met her on the brink of everything just changing, you know? So I'm sort of picking up with Nandar where we left off and trying to start all over again. So that's why I'm here. But
Let's do
yeah,
it.
meditation changed my life too, just like all of you. And I'm hoping to help my kids in my class and also my daughters get through their anxiety.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing your experience. So there are also different types of meditation, right? And so TM is more of in the brain. So of course, it also make our mind a little bit stronger to control our emotion. There are also some meditation, it is really going into our bones or the emotions, how to observe them, how to release those emotions out of the system, right? There are different types. And, you know, when we have a chance, we can talk one-to-one as well, no? Want to talk a little bit more about that. Maybe Mohammed would like to share anything else because you joined a little bit later. I think we just typed you are from Morocco, right? Or I'm sorry if I make the mistake. I mean, would you like to share? Sorry, not Mohammed. I wanted to say Mohammed. I mean, are you also meditating, or would you like to share or join our discussions a little bit? I don't know if you hear me, or maybe he's not hearing me. I don't know. Are you hearing me? No. It seemed to the internet connection is not good. It's okay. Ed, would like to say something? Because we have 5 more minutes and I want to wrap up. Yeah. Want to say something, Ed?
No, what would I say? I mean, I actually, my mother was a meditator. And I think the first time I ever meditated was when I was probably 13 or 14. And she was not somebody, she would be the last person you would think of as a meditator. You would talk to her, say, oh no, she's not definitely not a meditator. But she did it because to deal with anxiety in her life. And so I have developed different meditation forms. So right now, since January 1st of this year, I walk 6 miles a day and I don't talk and I don't listen to anything. I just walk.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
And I've averaged 13,400 steps a day. And and the other day, well, right now I have COVID. And even last night, I know if I start at 10 p.m., I could finish it by midnight. So I don't want to be out while I have COVID in New York City. So I went out at 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
And did my 13,400 steps. But what was amazing, what I love about it is just keeps me quiet for 2 hours. And there is a point for me where I really love, where I'm actually not thinking there, and it only lasts for maybe 30 seconds or 40 seconds. But there is that, so I work at trying to think of not what I'm meditating or that I'm trying to be quiet, but have it be nothing.
Yeah.
And it's and I've actually had like 40 seconds. I don't think I've had a minute of that happening. You know, your brain is always working, but I have where it just sort of everything fades and there's nothing in my brain for about 40 seconds. So it's pretty cool.
Very good.
And I also do a gratitude. I always start the day, since I've been young, also with a gratitude. Since I've been at 21, with a gratitude practice that I do every morning. It's just a few seconds, just sort of just a quick little list. And then I start the day more than meditate. I don't meditate as much as I would like. My wife's a meditator and she meditates every day. But I do a pre-visualization practice that really, really worked for me. And I just sort of, and it doesn't always go that way, but it's like a really, great way to start it. And when it goes off, I could really look at where I wanted the day to go. And sometimes I get the day back on track, or even just like this much better, you know,
Yeah.
than if I'm unconscious about it.
Yeah, very good, Ed. Yeah, you're practicing your mind and you're trained in your way. And I would be happy to keep on continuing our conversation, right?
No.
Right, Vivian,
Yeah.
would you like to say?
So I came here to learn more than talk,
Of
actually.
course,
So
of course.
that's why it was fun being quiet.
Yeah, Muhammad Tomi, it's okay. Yeah, so I just would like to wrap up because Vivian would like to say, I mean, are you meditating or do you have an intention to meditate or?
Yeah, I'll say just briefly that I feel I'm very appreciative of everyone's story and sharing a lot of the pieces that you share about feeling more calm and freed and have more intuition and clarity in your thinking. I can definitely relate to that. I also came to learn more about meditation through yoga practices. So that has kind of bring me where I am. And COVID, same thing, like Tony said, COVID has also given me an opportunity to really actually hone in on just the meditation part of the yoga. I think in the past, sometimes I've been to classes where it gets a little bit too fast and I feel like I couldn't really focus on just myself. And I was so focused on like what to do next and what the teacher was saying. And that was a little bit distracting. So I find that being able to just sit down and focus on one thing at a time has been super helpful. So I'm still learning more and more about meditation, and I would love to continue learning more. I think I'm still at I feel like I'm at a fairly early stage of meditation, but I really appreciate everyone's story and thank you for your time.
Very good. Thank you very much, Vivian, for sharing your experience. Of course, everybody is in different, different stages of the practicing. It is an ongoing practice. I also have to meditate. The people say that should they meditate today? And I think that you take shower every day. So it's mean that you have to do that, right? And so I just would like to say that give yourself love. So just like I always say that make a little bit energy into yourself, and because we give and we do not give enough gratitude and love, and give yourself here love and attention by pressing that and say yourself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And thank you for taking the chance to learn about, growing your spirit and how to communicate with yourself, and say thank you to yourself and say, I love myself and I can make myself happy. I can make myself healthy, and give yourself all this love and acknowledgement for everything you have done good for yourself. And that is kind of gratitude you give to yourself. It's the best one that you can do. So with that, you just can open your eyes again. And thank you very much for joining our first community events. The next one will be led by William the next Wednesday at 12 p.m. So you can come and join us, right? The meditation, Monday meditation will be at 12 p.m. EST as well. Okay, take care, everyone.
Nandar, thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
Thursday, right?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Nandar. Thank you.
Thank you.